Hey everybody, Mrs. Hay. I'm going to show you how to put in lesson plans on RENWEB. A lot of you won't be using this, but I'm going to show you anyway, so you are super skilled. On your home screen, I've already chosen my anatomy class for my classrooms, and it automatically puts me in attendance, but I'm going to go down to lesson plans. You have to choose the first day of the semester or whichever day you need. It has to be within the semester. Otherwise, nobody's going to be able to see your stuff. It looks like nothing's here, but if you click on the date, these boxes will appear magically. Ta-da! And this is where you can start filling stuff in for your lesson plan. Now, these two boxes, web lesson plan and web homework, are the only boxes that families can see on Parents Web. So they have to be filled in no matter what. This is has to be where your satellite work is listed. Even if you're using Edmodo or Google Classroom or anything else, it still has to be listed here, and you can refer to where they can find digital documents. So sometimes I'll put something in here and then I'll mention document found on Edmodo right after my list. So a lot of people aren't using this to actually lesson plan. They're copying and pasting from some other document. The other option is for your department heads, it either has to be here in RENWEB in completion, like with all of these little sections filled out except for standards and comments, that's us. But all these sections need to be filled out, or you need to use what we call the grid. Okay, so this is the grid, if it'll load very slowly. It has the day of the week, it has the date for this coming school year, and we put in all the fun things that you need to know. So the tasks is like what you're doing in class or at home, which is a satellite day. The materials you need for class, your assessment strategies, the procedures isn't here, or the procedures is here under tasks. So it used to say procedures, but we've now condensed that to one. This has Saturday for 7 through 12 because 7 through 12 have modified work days on Saturday, so we just put it on the same grid for that. So the cool thing is if you go down in the grid, we've marked off the days that you can't give them work. Okay, so they don't have any satellite work this day, don't assign them anything. Don't come to class this day or give them any work because we're not here. Things like that. If there's a house schedule, the house battle is listed here. You can move it over if you need to, so you can put in your objectives for that day because you still have class that day. But then note down here, there's a house battle schedule on its own little page, so you know exactly what time your class is going to be at. It's all in one place. So we're trying to make this grid as useful as possible. Cool thing about this too is that next year, if you get this all fabulous and perfect, all your materials, and I put all my links that I'm using, if I have a digital document, I put that all there. If I'm linking to something in my Google Drive, I put the link there. It's great. Then all you have to do next year is go in and change this column of dates, and your golden, your lesson plans are dunesies. But if you're using RENWEB, it's a little more complicated. But let me show you how to do this. I'm going to go to my last year's lesson plans because I haven't moved over the dates yet. I'm going to show you how you can just copy and paste things into RENWEB. So like I said, that web homework section has to be filled out. But I like to tell the students and parents what we're doing in class too. So I highlighted this so that you guys could see that RENWEB actually takes over your formatting if you copy and paste it in. The funky thing is that if you just hit Control V or just paste this in, it doesn't do the list format that you do. But let me show you a trick. See all these crazy objectives? Now we'll do this satellite work assignment. They don't have any homework the first day because it's first day of school. So I'm going to hit Control, copy, Control C. Sorry, if you guys don't know that trick, you need to learn it. Go over to lesson plan, and on web homework, I'm going to click on this box, and I'm going to hit Control Shift V, and it puts it in my list format, which is all fabulous. So if you do formatting, that's all pretty and fabulous over here, it will take it over here, and if you hit Control Shift V, when you paste it, it will give you all that stuff and you won't have to edit anything. Yay! So again, I would put my objectives here, all the materials I need in class. Like I need a computer. I need the Chapter 1 vocabulary handouts. I need my skeleton. I need 17 sheep hearts. I don't know. Whatever you need for your class. I actually need these things at different times, but you know, I'm a weird science teacher. So whatever you need, put that there so you don't come to class open-handed or empty-handed. You should come open-handed. And then procedures like to list exactly what we're going to be doing in class that day and sometimes the time limit. I have a 5-minute startup. The students are going to answer these 5 questions. I'm going to present on cell structure and all of that. On evaluations, again, this is good teaching practice. I know I'm going into teaching philosophy here, but on evaluation, it's not just like we had a quiz, but like sometimes I'll carefully think through the questions that my students need to be able to answer by the end of that class, or the skills that they need to achieve, and I'm going to write those here. Like students should be able to verbalize the concepts of anatomy. I should put that in quotes. Anatomy and, not question mark, physiology, and describe their interaction. So that's just like one thing that my students should be able to do. So I have to ask them a question, and sometimes they'll be like, you know, I'll say the exit ticket question is this question, blah, 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 blah. My startup is this, or however you have that. I like to think about evaluation here. And then, you know, they have a quiz upcoming on August 17th. Sometimes I give myself a note there, but that way my evaluator, if they're coming in, they're looking to see that I'm hitting these points. And then what do I do if students can't answer this question, whatever that is? What am I going to do to fix it in my class? Okay, and then standards that aren't theirs, don't worry about that section. And then if I come along and I say, you know, incomplete lesson plans, don't forget your procedures. I can put that there, and then like I as an administrator can do that, and you might get an email saying, you know, that I put this comment in, and I'll get the email that has whatever my person put in there. So you don't put anything in there, us as administrators will do that. Okay, so once that's all in there, if you click on this again, it'll collapse any boxes that you didn't use. So my procedures is gone because I didn't put anything in that box. And then Tuesday, you know, they need to know what they're doing that day. So again, you go down and you just kind of put it in your web homework to start to have things, you know, every day that there's something due. Monday, homework. I had an error there, just ignore that. So I'm having errors. It's mad at me, but don't worry about that. It will save it automatically here, and you won't have to hit save or anything on this point. But then that's all saved there for me. So that's how you do a lesson plan. It's easy peasy. And then just to go back in here, you just click into it. Once this toolbar comes up, you know that you're editing it, and you can make it look however nice you would like. Okay, also, if I'm in the state and I want to copy it over, it's easy too. I hit copy. You can pick a whole date range, but I can pick, you know, just August 13th and to August 13th, and I'm going to copy to another class. None of these are my classes, so I'm not going to copy a lesson plan on another day. But if you've got multiple classes, you can just copy those straight over and not have to enter them into both classes, which is great. So that's how we do lesson planning entry onto RENWEB, and that's a little bit about our grid. As you can see, this one has been used for many, many years, so I change it all the time, but it looks like a lot of formatting stuff, but I've been working on this for a while, so a little messier than some. But here you go, see, I see my links here for different things I need, so I'm not having to go back through and hunt for them again. So this is the lesson plan grid that most of you guys will be using, and my department head can see these, my administrator can see these, and they can see what I'm doing in class, so they know what's going on. And this is a way for them to see the whole semester, actually the whole year at once. So I hope that's helpful. Let me know if you have any questions. Thanks.